Hello everybody and welcome back to Fifi versus Erin. I'm Fifi.
I'm Erin.
Right, so my mommy and Erin's mommy is in the background, so if you hear them throughout the video,
Or the
I
TV.
apologise. Or the TV. Because this is the third time we've started the video already. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I seen this on TikTok and I've always wanted to be like a CSI detective. And this is my dream come true. So, it's unsolved case files. So they send you out a random cold case file, not a real one obviously. It comes in an evidence folder. It's so cool.
And it's sealed by K. Grayson.
It's a murder mystery game where you get sent like a cold case file and you get like witness reports and you get like photos and newspaper articles, and basically you have to try to solve the case. And there are a couple different ones that you can get. So we've got the Harmony Ashcroft case. So let's get started. Let my dreams come true. Let me be a detective, and bet you I'm not even good at it.
I'll let you do the honours of opening it.
To be opened by authorised personnel only.
Well, have you watched like Law and Order and stuff like that? Do you know?
I mean,
oh, look at it.
smells like plastic.
I thought you were going to say something else.
We have our cold folder, our cold it's
Cold
cold,
case.
it's cold. Our cold case
Our
folder.
unsolved case.
So we have an evidence folder. We have, this is the lovely Girl That Is Dead. What's this?
The inventory.
Inventory list. So we've got newspaper clippings.
That's crazy.
We've got an evidence report.
Oh, she was
getting
married.
Harmony and Christian. So Christian was the husband.
Okay.
So we've got,
What happened?
this is the autopsy report.
Where she was hurt.
Fingerprints. A map.
I wouldn't go any further.
Why?
We can't.
Right, so we have some more
People.
newspaper articles, and we've got these. So we've got a couple. We've got a couple of these. So these are all the witness reports. Bonus envelope A, and it says do not open until after completing objective 1. Bonus envelope
Not gonna
B,
get any further.
do not open until completing objective 2, and envelope C, do not open until objective 3 is completed. So we're not allowed to open these, so let's leave them to the side. So evidence contains photographs relevant to this investigation. An Unsolved Case Files is a game that lets you solve a fictional crime using the evidence and documentation from the cold case file. Objective number 1, prove Bones is innocent. So we have to find a guy called Bones. This is Bones, so we have to prove that Bones is innocent. He doesn't own a car, he's single, he has prior felonies, so Bones, several theft convictions, and he's been in plenty of street fights. Outstanding warrants, none that he knows of. Prior arrests, too many, they last nothing violent, and he's in between jobs right now. So he's a 24-year-old man. So his statement that he said was, I was at Rambo's bar. We've got the map. Rambo's bar is point number 1. I was at Rambo's bar right until after 9 p.m. From there I went to Grant Park, which is down here. So he went from here to get some rest and fell asleep. Why is he homeless? Where does that sheet go? I had there now. Oh, it's folded here.
And she's wearing glasses.
Shut up. So his home address is in transition, so that means he doesn't have a proper home at the minute. Next thing I remember is being surrounded by 20 officers shining lights in my eyes. Someone put a ring in my hand while I was sleeping, or one of the police put it on me. Individuals who can confirm his whereabouts at the date and time. Wally Bryson, the bouncer. He was the bouncer at the club. This is Bones' fingerprints. So this is his newspaper article. So she's a local psychologist.
According to a report, Ashcroft and Peterson left the restaurant to get some gifts out of the car and never returned.
Harmony and her husband left the restaurant to go get stuff out of the car and never returned. So we're going to find out, what's the restaurant called? Does it say?
Tully's restaurant.
Yeah. So Bones was here in this nightclub. They left. Harmony and her husband left here, which is not far away, and he said he left here to go here to get some rest, Bones. So
They were at Tully's restaurant at 9:30 p.m.
right, so his statement, he said he left Rambo's bar right after 9 p.m. and someone, the bouncer at Rambo's bar, confirmed where he was and at the time. So he did leave at 9 p.m. They didn't leave until 9:30, but that doesn't mean he wasn't waiting around.
But according to reports, Ashcroft and Peterson left the restaurant to get some gifts out of the car and never returned. Peterson was apprehended by the police at his residence at around 10 p.m. So why did he go home?
Peterson, her husband, left the restaurant at 9:30 p.m. with Harmony, and he went to his apartment, and he was in his apartment alone at 10 p.m.
Peterson claims he drove home for forgotten presents and left Harmony alone in the parking lot where someone else must have attacked her.
The husband left Harmony alone and went back to his apartment. You don't really go back to your apartment if your wife is missing. So anyway, we have to prove that Bones is innocent. So that's the first thing. So we're going to finish reading. According to law enforcement authorities, the assault took place after a demand for money and a brief struggle with the victim. It also appeared that the victim's engagement ring was taken. 30 minutes after the time of murder, Bones was found in Grant Park with Harmony's ring in his possession. He woke up with 20 officers around. Someone put a ring in his hand while he was sleeping, or one of the police put it on him.
Jeffrey Breeson is a fellow psychologist, founded a private practice mental health clinic called Helping Hands.
Evidence report for Bones McBride. Grant Park is here, so this is where Bones was found, right? And up here is their apartment. So 5 minutes after they arrested Peterson up here, they got Bones here. So, I mean, that's a long way for 5 minutes. Description of articles for the evidence. Diamond engagement ring, weight, finger size, material, platinum and diamond. Has custom interior, inscription, till death do we part. She's dead, so now they've parted. And we're looking to free Bones. Now look, that's shock.
But what would
On
you
his
do
features.
if it was him? And you said we want to free him?
No,
We can't
the
rule out.
the first objective is we have to prove that he's innocent.
Oh yes. Oh bad.
Come on, get your head in the game. This is someone's life and
Right, okay. Right,
Death.
okay. Right, okay.
witness statement. Officer Kent Grayson. So this is the witness statement form from the police. Suspect was an individual we've had many prior encounters with. His name is William McBride. He's known as Bones. McBride has been spotted many times sleeping in Grant Park or in various public places around town. His priors consisted mainly of public drinking and disturbing the peace, which is not anything violent.
No.
It was 10 o'clock when I approached the suspect, which is the same time as Peterson was arrested in his apartment all the way up the street.
Yeah.
When I approached the suspect with the intention of waking him up and telling him to move along. But when I saw something unusual in his hand, I immediately contacted my captain at the station. He told me to place the suspect under arrest for murder while we called for backup. A ring in your hand is not something suspicious.
No, it could have been his.
We had been aware that a murder... I need to read a bit more. So we had been aware that a murder had taken place that night and the suspect was at large. By the time Mr. McBride had woken up, the backup had arrived. He seemed quite disoriented. He was then told that he was under arrest for the murder of Harmony Ashcroft. At this time, the suspect became belligerent and uncooperative. He repeatedly screamed that he was innocent and he didn't know where the ring came from. The police officer, Kent Grayson, had seen Bones asleep and then seen the ring. Didn't wake him up until the police arrived. Which is, I mean, how long does it take for backup, right? The guy was sleeping and the cop was the only person there. So that's a bit suspicious. So, witness, so we're going to keep Officer Kent Grayson under our scopes. Full recorded interview. Yeah, so Wally Bryson's the bouncer. So we have a witness statement from the bouncer. I confirm Bones was removed from my bar at 9 p.m. This is a man I've seen a number of occasions at my place of employment, Rambo's Bar. He's a regular customer. I would describe him as a nice guy. He's well liked by the staff and other patrons, and on a few occasions we've had to warn him not to panhandle in front of the bar. I don't know what that is. But apart from that, he's usually fine. He has even charmed his way into a few free beers. That's the kind of guy he is. So he's a nice guy. I remember seeing him last night on the 8th. It was a Friday. and he came in as smiling as usual. I remember an argument that took place right at 9 p.m, the end of happy hour. Bones missed the last call for free happy hour drinks and was upset because he was broke, and he was yelling at the bartender for ignoring him. The bartender signalled for me to escort him out, so I did. By then, things had calmed down, and Bones was on his way out, ready to leave on his own. He said something like, "I'll just go get me some money and be back in an hour." As Bones left, me and JT, the bartender, looked at each other and smiled. We expected him to go out of the front of the bar and panhandle like he'd done in the past, but he didn't. He walked out the bar and kept walking. I figured he had some other way of finding some money. I haven't seen him since. That would be a good way of getting the engagement ring, because the engagement ring obviously would have cost money because it's platinum and diamond. But if he was going to get some money, why would he go... Now, if he got the ring off the woman, why not go back to the bar?
Well,
So obviously he mustn't have got the ring, because he went to the park, Brant Park, to rest.
aye. So this is the recorded interview. I'm sweating even in that.
So the cop kind of has his mind made up that Bones did it.
He's not given a chance to
No.
speak the truth.
I don't know how we solve this, but right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna open this evidence envelope. Right.
Are you allowed to?
It's them other envelopes there. We're not allowed to open yet. So we've got a little. Oh, look at the camera for that. You can't really see it.
Oh
but
my. I can see.
Oh, I know. So now we've got crime scene photos. I'll try and get this. This is the ring, which looks very expensive. So we've got pictures of some other people, but we don't know who they are yet. This is the officer
Okay, hold on.
that arrested Bones. This is the bouncer.
This is the autopsy,
Yeah.
as you can see. So up here's where the accident happened, what happened. Description of corpse. Victim appears to be an average 28-year-old woman in good health. External injuries. Blunt force trauma to the right eye and anterior scalp. Internal injuries. Extensive skull fracture and severe hemorrhaging over the right eye socket. Cause of death. Blunt force trauma of the head. Victim died within moments of trauma. This is manner of death. Victim was killed by a single strike to the head inflicted by a hand or blunt object. The force and angle of impact indicated that the murderer would need to be a left-handed or ambidextrous man or woman of considerable strength and height.
Okay. So let me get this wee blue slip, and I think it should say what hand it is. Dominant hand, left hand.
He says Bones. Okay.
But I mean Bones. Come on, it's not looking good for you, man. A woman of considerable strength and height. Right. So he's 6'2". That's
The man or woman.
It's not looking good for Bones. So Bones is 6'2", which is some height. So if I was fisting Aaron, my left hand's gonna get her right. So he, not Bones, because
she.
Bones is innocent.
He or she.
Yeah. So this person, the murderer, went like this. But I mean, they caused that much.
But I could have used a bar.
So they caused that much damage by fist. It would need to be pretty darn strong.
Or she.
Or she. Sorry. They.
So do we go onto the website now and see that?
No, we have to prove he's innocent first. He didn't do it, okay? This video was half an hour long, and we're only on the first part. There's going to be parts to this video. Look at his fists. Where's maybe magnifying glass?
Oh yes. Take it out of the thing. See?
Oh, I forgot to take it out of the... I'm going to look... This is Bones. I'm going to look at his fists. His left fist is this one. There's nothing on his fist.
Not a mark.
So, if you guys can see that. No. There's nothing on his fist. So he didn't punch her. We've sorted that out. Where's the evidence list? There was no murder weapon. No, so there's no murder weapon. So he doesn't have any cuts on his knuckles, so he couldn't have done it.
Nope.
So now we have to go on to the website and confirm. So we think we've proved why Bones the homeless guy that they've convicted is innocent, because on this mugshot there's nothing on his left hand, which on the evidence report it says that it was done by a left hand and there was no murder weapon found. So because there was no murder weapon found, we have to assume that the killer used their hand.
Yeah. So it says, can you prove Bones is innocent? Do you know how to prove Bones is not guilty?
Right, hold on, pause a minute. So on this newspaper article about Bones, it also says, according to law enforcement authorities, the assault took place after demand for money and a brief struggle with the victim. There's no sign of struggle. There's no cuts on his left hand. So we've proved that he's innocent.
What two documents prove Bones did not kill Harmony Ashcroft? Article titled Bones McBride arrested for
Yeah, that one, because this one that says proves there was a struggle.
mugshot of Bones.
Yes.
Sorry, neither of those documents needed.
So we were wrong for both of them.
Back. I don't want to hint you.
Right, obviously there's some we're missing, obviously.
Will we do a hint?
Do one hand.
One of the two documents you need to prove Bones is
Local
innocent.
child psychologist murdered. So what's the one you were reading?
Aye.
Ernest, the one you were reading.
The map in. 5.
What?
We solved it.
Yes! We proved Bones is innocent.
Yes.
This evidence report proved that he was innocent along with the map. So we have proved that our good friend Bones is innocent of murdering Harmony Ashcroft. So,
In the next video, you will see us opening.
yes, so
Hey.
come back for part 2. Bones is free.
Thank God.
And don't forget to tune in there next video and see how the case goes. So thanks so much for tuning in. Part 2 will be somewhere around here.
Here. Above one of our heads.
Yep, so go click it
Goodbye.
now. Click it now. Click it now.